Hello my friends, my name is Elon Osborne and I like to talk about movies, audio, and music. And today I'll be reviewing the Aperion Audio Novus Slim N6SC LCR speaker. Whew, that's a mouthful. Guaranteed I'll stumble on those letters as the video goes on. But anyway, these happen to be in the gloss black finish, but also come in pure white or stealth black if you're not into the glossy look. I happen to have 3 of these on hand, so I set them up as their namesake, LCR, by using them as the left, center, and right speakers in this shed theater. At first glance online and the fact that these have the word slim in them, you'd think they're fairly small and slim. Ha! Not the case, my friends, but that's a good thing. These are 15-pound speakers, folks, so before you mount them onto a wall, make sure they are drilled into a stud, or else there's a chance they might rip out the drywall screws. I may or may not have first-hand experience with this. These are 19 inches long, 7.9 inches wide, and 5 inches deep. So with all those numbers, the sheer weight of this thing, and this gloss black finish, you'd think this was the more expensive Verus line of speakers from Aperion Audio. This thing is solid in more ways than one, with removable grills, by the way. This is a 2-way speaker with dual aramid fiber cone woofers flanking a 1-inch German natural silk dome tweeter with ferrofluid. This is a sealed speaker with no bass port, making it ideal for flush wall mounting if you so choose. It's got a frequency response of 55 Hz to 30 kHz. These are 4 ohm nominal, sensitivity rating of 88 decibels, and a power rating of 150 watts RMS, 300 watts peak. This can be flush mounted to a wall using Aperion's proprietary stealth mount or their very own articulating swivel mount, which is how I had these mounted when I had these as my front wides for a while. On the rear, there are gold-plated 5-way binding posts, but also there is a high-frequency adjustment matrix. Keep the plug in for some crisp highs or remove the bar to reduce high frequencies by 3 decibels for a more mellow treble response. How do they sound? Yes, I have been spoiled as of late with both the mighty Theatrus T65 and beastly T80 cinema speakers also from Aperion Audio. So it was a bit of a difference when I set up the N6SC speakers as my front, left, center, and right speakers. No longer are we dealing with massive 8-inch woofers or even a 3-way speaker design, so there was definitely a snappiness and ability to just throw audio at great distances that was slightly missing. But hey now, we can't compare apples to oranges here. These N6SC speakers are much less expensive than the Theatrus line. But even with that being said, the more I listened to the N6SC speakers, the more I thought these were almost like a missing link between the Novus and more expensive Verus line. First of all, they look like a piece of furniture like the Verus line. Although be forewarned, it is a must to use the provided white gloves when handling these. The gloss black finish is a fingerprint magnet. But once they're on display, man, they look great. And they can definitely hang with the big boys when listening to music. They have a bit warmer presence than the Theatrus line, so that was a definite plus when I went through a lo-fi hip-hop playlist on Apple Music. Since the frequency response dips down to 55 Hz, I would recommend a subwoofer or 2 with these speakers to really get that rich, deep, full body sound when listening to bass-heavy tracks. But pianos, synths, cymbal crashes, and vocals came out buttery smooth and silky warm. But speaking of vocals, even when I reduced the overall speaker configuration in this shed to just 3.2, having left, center, right, and 2 subs, dialogue sounded intelligible and well separated from the mix as a whole. These are versatile speakers in general though. Yes, they have the acronym LCR in their name, so they can be used as front left, center, and front right speakers, but they would also complement a system well as surrounds or surround backs. They don't push the air as effortlessly as the Theatrus line over great distances, but given their more affordable price, they would be perfect for up to a medium-sized listening space or even a somewhat larger space. Since they can handle 150 watts RMS, they can get loud if you need them to. I even had the left and rights hooked up to my Peachtree amp, which can push up to 300 watts per channel. And I didn't experience any distortion through these speakers. One slight critique is that I do prefer a 3-way speaker for dialogue, so that's my only hesitation to use one of these speakers as a center channel, but that's just my preference. Since I already stated that the dialogue came through nice and crisp, even when it was set as a center speaker. But any other position, left, right, surround, surround back, the N6SC can be as versatile as you need it to be. At this price point, it's surprising that it's built like a tank and can look this aesthetically pleasing, especially mounted to a wall as a welcome piece of decor and not just a boring, soulless speaker box.
And there you have it.
Thank you for joining me on this review of the Novus Slim N6SC LCR speaker from Aperion Audio. Don't forget, if you are interested in any Aperion Audio products, if you use my code EO10 at checkout, that'll get you 10% off any regularly priced item. So hop online and get after it, my friends. As always, please be kind to each other out there. Don't just watch TV and movies, experience them. And of course, always be listening.